But wouldn't it be that if y'all wound up married, that the very thing that he told you was actually the truth, and that y'all may have had the act of being in one, and you may have felt that way. But when he said, I'm not ready to be in a relationship right now," but then 23 years later, y'all been in a 23-year long marriage, then it wasn't really breadcrumbing. He just told you literally what it was. We can do this, but if you want a relationship, that's not happening right now.
So if you get a perk on each way, it's a perk. It is not mandatory. You don't owe everybody. He does not owe you his wallet.
Listen, no argument there. I've said it on this panel. If I'm in your guts, you can be in my pocket.
Well, real quick, you were talking about like pulling back, right? Basically. So I'll say that's one that I've been I guess that happens to a lot of us, but that to me is so dangerous because it's referred to as breadcrumbing, by the way, but there are people who use it as a strategy. It's not even like by mistake, it's intentional because of the way it alters women's behavior. If you're able to breadcrumb efficiently or effectively, then it's one of those things where it's living your mind rent free. It causes those crazy changes. It gives you a false sense of hope. It's pretty much diabolical. So whoever that was, he was a savage. Did you realize they were doing it intentionally at first or no?
No. It's happened more times than I know how to count. So yeah, I don't like, I can recognize it now. But unfortunately for me, like once I get comfortable, I'm like there. Like once I get used to a person, I'm just like stuck there. Maybe it's loyalty. I don't really know, but I'm just like there. So like I can recognize it, but I'm like, as long as they're not mean or whatever, I'll usually just talk to them until like I get tired, and then I'll be like, all right, I'm done. So yeah, but I can recognize it better now.
So is it really breadcrumbing if you know it's breadcrumbing?
Yes, it still is.
Yeah, it's still breadcrumbing.
It still is.
It's still breadcrumbing.
They're still doing it.
Nah, like, because if you recognize, like,
the act is still being done.
Yeah,
I just recognize
if someone's cheating, they're still cheating. If someone's slapping you in the face, they're still slapping you in the face.
Because breadcrumbing, I would assume, requires you to be kind of aloof of the fact that it's breadcrumbing, right?
No,
Sweetie, you said it well. Sweetie, you said it well. Kind of, kind of. You're right, Sweeney. It's kind of aloof, but you still have that false sense of hope. So where you kind of realize they playing with you, but you like that slight chance that they may not be playing with you.
I don't mean the person that thinks that kind of. I mean the person that full blown knows. Okay, they just playing me for a fool right now. They just giving me a little bit, taking it away.
I don't think you ever fully know.
You don't fully know, because I just got finished saying, yeah, with my husband, I stuck around because in my mind, and again, is he responsible for it? I don't know. I can't put it all on him because he was upfront and honest when we first met and said, I'm really not looking for a relationship right now. Right. So he never lied to me. He was honest, but he was doing stuff that made me feel like it was a possibility that, I mean, the amount of time that we spent, the conversations that we had, things of that nature made me begin to feel like, well, maybe something could be there. You know what I'm saying? Because if he really wasn't serious about being in a relationship, then he wouldn't be spending this much time with me.
But wouldn't it be that if y'all wound up married, that the very thing that he told you was actually the truth, and that y'all may have had the act of being in one, and you may have felt that way. But when he said, I'm not ready to be in a relationship right now, but then 23 years later, y'all been in a 23-year long marriage, then it wasn't really breadcrumbing. He just told you literally what it was. We can do this, but if you want a relationship, that's not happening right now. But down the line, That is a
thing that extra part. You didn't say that.
I mean, the only reason why I'm assuming it because you said it was your husband that did it. So it's like, well, is it really breadcrumbing you if you got the thing that he said that he was going to give you?
I think my situation is not the norm. No, I definitely don't think my situation was the norm.
Now, I was listening to their discourse. I guess I have a question. Because this is something I've observed and heard from a lot of women in mass, right? You guys said breadcrumbing. Don't most women kind of want the room to be able to be inconsistent at points of duration? What I mean by inconsistent is like what stood out in my mind, I guess, is what Bo said, where you start real heavy, giving a woman maybe certain experiences, right? But over the duration of time, for what I assume, I'm not saying I do this, but I know this happens. Typically, when you date, you try to give cliff notes of what's possible. But I think it's understood as adults that, if I took her to Disneyland one week, a steakhouse the next week, maybe on a mini vacation the week after that, if we together, this is not life as it is really going to happen. And if you flip it, women get dressed and do their hair, their nails, and they be popping. And then until they get comfortable, 5 years, 10 years. And I typically hear women say, well, you can't expect me to do all of this every day. Isn't that the same thing?
No, that's not the same thing. What I mean is, we know that when you first start dating, everybody's putting their best foot forward and he's taking you places and you dressing up real nice and all of that. And a lot of times it's not sustainable over a long period of time. That's not what we're talking about. Like, you call me, you pay attention to me, you pay me compliments, you put effort in, right? And something that can be sustainable over a long period of time if that's who you really were. But because they're doing this to get you, then it tapers off. And then you clock it, you say something, they're like, oh, so then they'll give you like 80% of that. And then it'll taper off. And then the next time they'll give you like 60% of that. And then it tapers off until they really not giving you nothing. You recognize the effort as more, but it's definitely still not what you experienced in the beginning. And you'll never get that back. Like, he never goes back there because that's not who he was in the first place. He's just trying to get some ass. You a placeholder. He just wanted something from you. And that's it. That's all. He's not going to be with you.
I had a quick question for ladies too, just to see where y'all at with this. When this is happening to you, have you ever tried to do anything to try to improve the relationship? Like, did it make you in turn try harder to reel them in?
I think that they're gonna lie. Listen, yes, they do.
You see how well this shit works and why people do it?
I think it depends on the guy, though. Like,
but I reversed it.
Yeah, no,
see, that's that dark psychology shit.
Reversed it.
Yeah, I think that it depends on the guy, though. How much that person is into the guy.
Oh, well, I think to that, I don't mind it. I think that's a guy's way of seeing if he's really loved for who he is, or are you just here for my money? Do you want me, or do you want what I can do for you? And that's the part where it's like, I don't mind showing up for you. I don't mind showing how much I want you, how much I adore you. I don't mind going a little bit out of my way for you. I mean, Granny said, be a fool, but don't be a damn fool. But if you really want that person, go ahead and be a little foolish. Go ahead and get a little bit out of character, and he's going to appreciate it. So if you're going to draw back a little, this is my opportunity. That's how I look at it. You're giving me the opportunity to be creative for you. I saw you get creative for me. I saw you use your imagination for me. Now you're going to start drawing back a little bit. This is my chance to show that I'm creative. That's how I look at it in a positive way. It's not a bad thing.
If you want to know if somebody fuck with you, if you're a dude, you can tell a woman fuck with you by how she treats you after you tell her no for the first time. That'll tell you everything you need to know. And for ladies, you need to see how he treats you after he fuck you for the first time. If his response time gets longer, his interest, his availability changes all of a sudden, or he just, doesn't seem as energetic or enthusiastic about seeing you, he's probably gonna answer you, and it could be for a bunch of reasons. Your pussy could be trash, or it could have been he just all he wanted was the fuck, and now he's done it, and like the new car smell is gone, and he's off to the next woman. But it's not difficult to tell where people are with you when you just pay attention to what they do and not what they say.
I want to put something out there before I forget, if that's okay. I don't want to step on anybody's toes. But in my mind, when I think about it, like just picturing it, imagine doing everything for somebody, like you paying it up, you're giving them the extravagance and all this stuff. I mean, you're putting your investment out there. But if you keep investing in somebody, then all of a sudden they change their mind. Like, you know what? I don't really like you like that. Or, you know what? This ain't for me. I'm going to go. Or, you know what? I met somebody else better. You invested all of that for nothing. I think you ought to breadcrumb to protect yourself from being used. I think that makes sense.
I agree.
But I think that can go both ways because men and women alike get used. You know what I'm saying? So
how do women breadcrumb? I know how men, because I'm
y'all breadcrumb your coochie.
No, I'm really asking because I'm not a man, so y'all, you know,
what is breadcrumbing your? But
you put a
right?
You put a price tag on that motherfucker. Every time he gets something, it's because he had to do something for you before he got it. You start off wanting to fuck because you like fucking, then you stop saying, you know what? Well, he ain't washed my car, so I'm not gonna give him none. Or you know what? I'm gonna give him some, but he don't get no head. Like y'all breadcrumb everything that benefits a man about you. That's normal. It's not a surprise. But the fact that y'all are both up here right now, especially you, Shane, looking like you out speaking Japanese, like that's how I know that either one y'all do it and are mad because we call it breadcrumbing, or just simply didn't think about it.
I personally believe it's not. I feel like if you're not married, a man shouldn't be spending his wallet on you, and it's not mandatory that he spends his wallet on you, and it's not mandatory that you give him your body. That's what I think. That's why I'm looking that way. Either way.
It's not.
So if you get a perk on each way, it's a perk. It is not mandatory. You don't owe your body. He does not owe you his wallet.
Listen, no argument there. I've said it on this panel. If I'm in your guts, you can be in my pockets. I don't I'm not a.
Hey Willie, you know what's funny?
I'm cool.
You know what's funny? She said, "How do women breadcrumb in?" The friend zone is literally one big fucking breadcrumb.
Yeah, I wanted examples because I didn't know.
That's literally just one big long-term
breadcrumb. Sweetie.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy that. So I mean, when you think about it, it goes down as simple as what do women value, what do men value, what do men stall on and to manipulate, and how do women manipulate men? So it doesn't necessarily have to be sex; it could be anything that women would provide for a man, which is not very much else in most cases, but whatever else that women provide for that man, they can stall out on it at any point. Just start being real stingy or unavailable. You got 3 menstruals a month and shit all of a sudden.
Okay. Yeah, I just had no clue. I understood it from a woman's perspective, being a woman and, you know, seeing how it worked from a man doing that to a woman, but I just didn't know how that would look for a man.
Because it's so normal. No problem. Women friend zone niggas. It's the majority of men in your life are friend zoned. I would hope, unless you're fucking all of them. I don't believe